Hey, this is Scott coming at you from Pérez Celedón in the southern zone of Costa Rica. The other day I did a reel about one of the greatest challenges I faced living in Costa Rica, uncertainty. Today I want to talk about what I consider one of the greatest advantages of Costa Rica, and that is accessibility. Now, I'm not talking about accessibility from people outside the country getting in. I'm talking about accessibility within the country itself. Let me explain a little bit about what I mean. Here's a map of Costa Rica. Of course, Costa Rica has one border with the Caribbean Ocean, another with the Pacific, and then Panama to the south, Nicaragua to the north, and it's divided by a series of mountain ranges. So the country is geographically diverse in an incredible way. I mean, you've got two coasts, you got mountains, you've got valleys and rivers, and it's just an amazingly geographically diverse place. Now, here's the great thing. You can go anywhere you want in a car in a day. I mean, ostensibly, you could drive from the Panama border to the Nicaragua border or the Pacific to the Caribbean in a day. I don't recommend anybody try to do that. It's too far and it would be difficult, but you could do it. So the great thing is you can pretty much jump in a car, go wherever you want, and do so safely. Now, most major thoroughfares from point A to point B are pretty good these days. Didn't used to be so much that way, but nowadays, you can get to the most major locations within Costa Rica relatively safely in a rental car. Once you get to that location, that's when the real adventure begins. And, you want to explore, go on the side roads and whatnot, and those aren't as good. For that, you will need a four-wheel drive. But it's a great way to explore the country. And you can really do it within the time frame of, 10 days, 2 weeks. And anybody that's considering a move to Costa Rica, I would highly suggest they do just that. Now, this is a great advantage Costa Rica has relative to other countries, which I know Colombia because my wife's Colombian. We spend a lot of time there. We actually have a place there. Colombia also has tremendous geographical diversity, but you can't just get in a car and go where you want to go there. The geographic distances are too great, and it's just not safe. I would assume that's probably the case in some other Central American countries. I don't know it for a fact, but I know this. I've been in Costa Rica a long time, and I know I've never felt uncomfortable jumping in my car and going wherever I wanted to go, whenever I wanted to go. So if you're considering an exploration trip to Costa Rica to check different areas out, I do offer a consulting service for that. I'd love for you to reach out to me. You can do that on WhatsApp. And just remember, that's a great advantage Costa Rica has relative to other countries in Latin America, is the great accessibility the small but remarkably diverse country has.